feel like you've lost your mojo? Perhaps you are so bored with what you're doing, or maybe you can't stand it anymore. You've lost your groove. Stay tuned for some tips on how to get back in your groove. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach. Are you ready for some tips? Yes. Tip number one, fake it till you make it. Your brain doesn't actually know the difference between what's real and what's not. So when you pretend to be good at something, eventually you start getting good at it. Eventually you actually start believing that you're good at what you're doing because you've been doing it for so long and people actually believe that you're good at what you're doing and you start going, yeah, I'm good at what I'm doing. So fake it till you make it. I'll give you another example. When I first started off as a career coach, I had no idea what I was doing. But I played the game. I played the role. I asked the questions that I needed to ask. I asked my clients what would they think is their ideal career. And I would listen to them and I would ask them more questions and more questions. And when they told me what I really want to do is this, then I started really empathizing with them because I knew exactly what they were talking about. So even though at the beginning I didn't really know what I was doing, I started taking part in training. I practicing things that I had been told. And then over time, I started believing that I was actually really good at what I was doing. So fake it till you make it. Another way that you can start feeling your groove again is by finding your inner groovy self. I know this is going to sound weird, but bear with me here. I remember sharing a little while ago that a few years ago, I pretended to be Marilyn Monroe. Now, I watched her videos and I watched her movies and I listened to her songs and I started singing her songs. And before you know it, I was actually pretending, and not even pretending. I had embodied Marilyn Monroe. Now, I had fun that Halloween night pretending to be Marilyn Monroe, but the idea is still the same for you. Embody that inner groovy self. Who do you really want to be? Who is your ideal person? Let's pretend you're an artist and you love dancing and you love being creative and you might even love drawing and painting. Well, if you have looked at a few artists, you'll see that they come from all sorts of different life. And so why not be yourself and start being that artist that you want? Sure, get yourself the tools and equipments that you need, the paints and the colorings that you need, and start being an artist. And continue doing that until you start feeling, I'm an artist. I am an artist. The same thing for writing. A lot of people think, I'm not a writer. I'm not an author. Well, how are you going to be an author if you don't write at all? So what do you got to do? You have to start writing, every day, 5 minutes writing. And it could be writing anything. During some of my seminars on journaling, a lot of people that attend that seminar say, I've always wanted to write a book. Well, one way of starting that book is by journaling your thoughts, journaling things that you do every day, journaling things that you've noticed that are beautiful to you. Just start writing and dedicate some time to do writing every day. Start embodying what it's like to be an author. Now, that could be the same thing for any career. You want to be a cook, you want to be an HR professional, you want to be an archaeologist, you want to be a singer, whatever it is that you really want to do, start being that person now. Start believing that you have the skills and abilities. Start reading about what it's like to be in that career. Start reading. If you're ready to discover your ideal career, go to my website at www.backinthegrooveagain.com and sign up for my 5 secrets to discover your ideal career. It's a video series, and every step along the way will help you get more clarity around what it is that you truly want, what it is that's going to help you get back in the groove.